All right, folks. Today we're diving into something truly profound. We'll explore how ancient wisdom, and I'm talking about real wisdom here, intertwines with how we build justice in our modern streets. You know, at its core, justice is about harmony. Think about the ancient Egyptians and their concept of ma'at. This concept, at its heart, is all about balance and truth. These are fundamental aspects of any sane society. But today, we have to ask, does authority arise from the very community it serves? Or does it float above, entirely disconnected from reality? That's where trust begins to erode, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, that totally makes sense. So, is it like the cops are kind of like those distant relatives who come to visit but don't really know what's going on in the family? Like, they show up for the holidays but totally miss the dynamics?
Exactly. That disconnect is what breeds division. Take New York City as an example. Many NYPD officers actually live outside the city, which creates this substantial gap between the community and those tasked with protecting it. Imagine a patrol car rolling through neighborhoods that the officers don't even call home. It's no wonder that communities, especially Black and Hispanic neighborhoods, harbor skepticism toward the police. It's almost like ancient warriors battling for people they hadn't even met.
Right. So like, if I lived in a neighborhood with someone who didn't participate in the local life, I might be like, who even are you to enforce the rules around here? What about Los Angeles? Does it have the same vibe?
Spot on. Los Angeles is another prime example. Many officers live far from their designated beats, often commuting in from the suburbs. Now, while the LAPD is a majority Hispanic force, many Black residents still feel that mistrust. Isn't that ironic? They have officers who look like them, yet the enforcement practices still feel alienating, mostly because police presence is concentrated in minority neighborhoods. It's a pattern we see echoed in cities across the nation.
Wow, that's wild. So it's like, you can have representation on paper, but if it doesn't translate into actual community engagement and trust, then what's even the point? What's happening in Chicago?
Yes, Chicago's situation is fascinating. They mandate that officers reside in the community, which sounds great, promoting connection, but here's the kicker. The police force doesn't actually reflect the city's diverse demographics. Just being there doesn't heal those historical wounds that run deep. It clearly shows that mere presence isn't enough if it doesn't come with genuine transformation.
So like, it's almost like having a piece of furniture in a room. It doesn't make the room feel lived in, right? I mean, you can have the couch there, but if no one sits on it, it's still just there. How's Miami handling all this?
Exactly. Miami's situation adds another layer to this discussion. Officers often commute in, and while demographic alignment might look good on paper, there's a severe lack of accountability. Sometimes the community feels unfairly targeted. It's that superficial representation we see a lot. You can dress the part, but without true accountability and transparency, trust just crumbles. It's like building a temple without a solid foundation. That structure will eventually fall.
Oh wow, that analogy really drives it home. So what's the magic sauce that works? Is there hope somewhere in this mess?
Absolutely. Look at Union City for a moment. It's a dense immigrant community where many officers actually live among the residents. This creates understanding and bonds. And guess what? You see low crime rates with very rare use of force incidents. Union City stands as a shining example that justice thrives when guardians are part of the community fabric.
That's incredible. So it's like living in harmony with your neighbors. You know their stories, and they know yours. What about Passaic? I'm getting really intrigued here.
Passaic is similar. They require officers to live within the community, which promotes deeper connections with the residents. The police force reflects the city's diversity, fostering trust and accountability. It's almost like having a neighbor who's also your protector, a true local guardian. This model showcases the effectiveness of community-based authority. It can radically reshape how we understand justice.
So it's really about creating that kinship, right? In a chaotic world, it feels like we're all just trying to find our place. So, what's the takeaway here?
Across these cities, a clear pattern emerges. Police deeply rooted in their communities foster trust, while those who are distant create mistrust. Just like in ancient times, when guardians were known members of their communities, it reflects the essence of effective leadership. The stories from Union City and Passaic illustrate that trust is built on kinship. It can resonate through time and reshape our future, allowing justice to reflect a neighbor, not a stranger.
Wow, that's so profound. I hope listeners from those areas share their experiences. It's amazing to see how ancient wisdom can illuminate our path in tackling contemporary issues. So, if you're from Union City or Passaic, seriously, drop your stories. Your voices matter.